Welcome to The Subject is Moot, where everything we discuss is debatable. I am Dom, and across from me is...
Michael.
And a special thanks to Vinny and Quiz, the producers of the podcast. We want to hear from you, so write in your opinion, comments, or topics you want us to talk about to thesubjectismoot@yahoo.com, and we will bring them up during future shows. You could also follow us on Twitter at TSIM_podcast, as well as Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. In the search bar, just type in The Subject is Moot or Dom Mike, and you'll find us. Behind the mics for episode 27. Music Mike, are you ready?
Yeah, 27. Let's do it.
Kind of excited.
For?
You are now on Instagram.
Embarrassingly enough, yes, I am.
Yeah.
I am kind of anti...
social media?
Social media, yeah, so...
So I have to say that we're even. You and I are even. You always tell me that I am closed-minded, tunnel vision when it comes to music. And you are closed-minded and tunnel vision when it comes to technology.
Yeah, well, once I found that the majority of my favorite guitarists, especially the current ones, are posting playthrough videos every day.
Monster videos.
I was hooked, to say the least.
I told you. It's a good thing. Instagram is a
fun.
good thing.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. Definitely.
You get to see a side that you probably wouldn't be able to see as well because it's mobile.
Plus drummers. There's some fantastic drummers on there that put up cool videos daily. You know, just of them.
Well, I knew you would. I don't want to say I told you so, but
you can.
No, I'm not.
I deserve it. You should.
No.
Oh, you should.
Well, all right, I told you so.
Good.
No show. We can't start with a show without thanking Sweetwater and their great customer service, providing musical instruments and pro audio.
What's up, Paul?
Paul Rowan. He's the man.
Yep.
And Pro Audio since 1979. They have excellent products, pricing, and customer service. They offer free financing, free shipping to the lower 48 states, and an exclusive free 2-year warranty, which comes with almost every product that they offer. They are located in the United States, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Call 1-800-222-4700 for sales assistance, technical questions, or advice. You could also check out their website, sweetwater.com. Now, if you go on to sweetwater.com and it's a little slow, it's because I'm on. I'm on every night.
You are.
It's a little disappointing, I got to tell you. I bought a Lakeland bass.
Nothing disappointing about that.
No. Lakeland, it's tremendous. Tremendous bass. Absolutely tremendous. But now they carry Spectre. And I'm a little tossed. I don't know what to do.
Add to cart.
Exactly.
Because as soon as they start carrying Strandberg, there's a good chance I'm going to be adding to cart as well.
I will reach out to Paul and ask him.
Yeah, push him.
If they plan on carrying Strandberg.
Especially the cheaper model, because the higher end models I can't afford. I really shouldn't be even buying the cheaper model, but
48 months.
Yeah, I mean that's
pay it off.
Yeah, tell them please.
Strandberg,
yeah.
I only care about basses.
I like basses too.
They're nice.
I don't own one, but I like them.
They're nice. They're fun. But you're the guitar snob, so I'll ask you about the Strandbergs.
I'm putting my nose in the air.
So anyway, Mike, you were digging into me the other day about Guitar Player magazine. You should talk to me about that. Get it off your chest. Maybe we have some people out there who feel the same way.
Why do they not put newer, younger, vibrant, great guitar players on the cover? Why do they continuously regurgitate the same guitarists over and over and over? I mean, don't get me wrong. I still like to see Eddie on the cover or Stevie Ray Vaughan on the cover or
Jimi Hendrix.
Whatever. But I mean, come on.
Was he on the cover?
Who?
He had to be. Jimi Hendrix.
Multiple times.
Yeah, I don't read the magazine.
I know the art of the magazine is dying out because everybody uses their phones and tablets or whatever to read news, any music news or whatever. But while it's still going, and this has been a topic that I've had a huge chip on my shoulder about for many years because, you know, going back to when I discovered Scalar Summit, I felt Chris Letchford should have been on the cover maybe after their second, at least their third album at that point, because they were really pumping out some great instrumental music. And eventually they put Tosin Abasi on the cover from Animals as Leaders with Steve Vai, I believe, which was great to see him on the cover because I'm like, okay, now they're starting to recognize that there's a really good great new wave of instrumental artists. You know, I know instrumental music is not the most popular, but as far as guitarists go,
Well, it's Guitar Magazine.
It's Guitar World.
Yeah.
So, and but even guitarists in bands. I mean, there's the guitarist from Revocation is amazing, and I just got the new Guitar World only because Petrucci was on the cover. And they had a little snippet of him in the magazine, and I'm like, why isn't he on the cover? I understand Petrucci was on the cover, and the new Dream Theater's out, and it's a big deal, obviously. But I mean, instead of having a snippet, hold him for the next month and put him on the cover. I mean, he doesn't have a new record out or anything like that. Revocation doesn't have a new record out, but when they did have one out, put him on the cover. He's a Berkeley graduate. He's fantastic. But they just continuously put the same, even players who are past. And I understand it sells magazines. That's the bottom line. You still, in this day and age where magazine sales are probably nil, almost nil, you still got to try to get somebody on the cover who the masses want to buy, even Kurt Cobain or whatever.
Yeah. But
every once in a while, I mean, to promote a new guitarist, if you're really Guitar World, let's go. Even Pliny, who's attained worldwide success, has never been on the cover. So
I was going to ask you, who would you put?
Chris Letchford would be the first person I'd put on the cover because I'm a huge Skelter Summon fan, and I'm my sweatshirt here. And
well, that's you on Instagram. So let's take a step back. Let's take a step back here. So this is a funny story because since you mentioned Chris Letchford, you sign up to Instagram, okay, and you're going through the search bar and you type in, what's his name?
Ted Leonard?
Ted Leonard, right? So where is Ted? Okay, so you type in Ted Leonard and you see a picture of yourself with Ted Leonard and you didn't know what happened. You said, hey, did I do that? Did he do that? What happened? So underneath the picture, there was a comment that said somebody actually bought this shirt, and I'm paraphrasing. It was something like that, right? So what year was that?
Maybe 2015, right. When I saw Enchant in Jersey for the first time. Well, it wasn't my first time seeing them, but the first time that it was their show, and it was huge for me because they're one of my favorites.
Was it in the parking lot?
Yeah, we just had gotten to the show early, and they were just hanging out, bringing their gear and whatnot, and I was like, quick picture.
Hey, buddy, I bought your shirt. Look at me.
And yeah, even Doug Ott, the guitarist, made a big deal, and they called some of the other band members and crew guys over, and they were busting me and busting Ted about it.
So you go onto the site, or you go onto Instagram, you type in his name, you go to follow him, and you're looking through his pictures, and that's like one of the first pictures I think he may have posted.
I don't even, maybe.
And you see a picture of yourself, and you kind of got a little thrown off.
A bit, yeah, definitely a bit, to see myself with him on his Instagram. I didn't even know what to think of it, to be honest with you.
It was the second picture of you and Ted, and he's pointing to you, saying somebody actually bought the shirt. From
him, though. I bought it from him. It wasn't like I had it made, through a T-shirt.
What do you mean you bought it from him? Was he selling them?
He was selling them on his website.
Oh, yeah, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Well, I'm saying
he didn't know it was you.
Right, but I'm saying is I didn't go out to like a T-shirt company and say, can you print this picture of Ted Leonard onto a shirt for me?
Well, I think that's kind of funny, though. As soon as you sign on to Instagram, you type one of the first guys you type in, and there's a picture of yourself.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I don't even know who took it, like how he was able to get it.
Do you remember that picture? You remember posing for it?
Yeah, I have it on my phone still.
So Chris Letchford is your first guy.
If I had to choose one. If you're asking me to choose one guitarist, so the number one guitar player that I would put on the cover of Guitar World, it would be Chris Letchford. Yeah, no doubt about it.
Then Polini?
Yes, probably. And then Sithaway. And, I mean, the list goes on. I have so many guitarists that I would love to put on the front of Guitar World to help promote them and how great they are. But then again, I guess to the defense of the internet and social media, they don't really need it. Because with Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all this stuff,
that could be a good point.
You really don't. Do they need it? It still would be pretty cool. It's almost like some bands, like rock bands, or who want to be on the cover of Rolling Stone, which I don't understand why, because it's such a piece of crap magazine. But
it's still on the front cover of a magazine. If you could make any magazine,
the biggest, it's considered quote unquote the biggest. Yeah. You kind of made it if you're on the cover of Rolling Stone.
If you're on Guitar World, if you're on Guitar Player, I even think if you're Chris or Ted, even if you're younger than that, even if you're Max Gorlick, if you're any one of those guitarists,
he should be on there. Him.
if you're on that magazine, you're bragging. You're buying 10 copies. You're going to save them, and you're going to be proud, and you should be proud.
Oh, when I was playing guitar, you don't think I sat there playing my guitar saying, "Oh God, one day I hope to be on the front of Guitar World."
Well, maybe if Ted Leonard puts that picture of you and him on the front cover,
Well,
then you could be on the front cover.
Well, he even though he's a lead singer, he's a beast of a guitar player too. By the way, so he could do both, and he's a great songwriter.
Well, I still think it's a thrill, and it's definitely a thrill for any musician to be on the front cover of whatever it is that you play.
Sure.
Whether it's keyboard magazine,
even
or
bass player. See, I think bass
player
player pushes more. I feel like Bass Player magazine has done more for bass players than Guitar World has done for guitar players. But then again, everyone will say, "Oh, you're so close-minded because all you want are like shredders and soloists and stuff like that on the cover." You're not really. But that's what I like.
Well, you're not the only one out there. You know that, right?
No, I understand.
I don't know if you know that. That you're not the only one out there.
I guess.
All right.
Yeah. Sometimes I feel like it. It's for another show.
I think so. I think
Dr. Phil.
I think you're gonna need to lay down and talk that one out.
Yeah. No, but look, they will put like a general alternative guitar player on the cover. But
all right, so let me ask you a question. That's a pretty interesting point what you just said, that Bass Player does a good job of putting no names out there.
I wouldn't say no names. Well, most bass players are no names, but that's besides the point.
Hence Music Mike being the guitar snob.
I'm joking.
I'm privileged.
I love bass players.
But you didn't know who Gary Talent was when I was talking to you about him, right? You said, "Who's that picture of?"
Yeah, I had no idea.
Right. So if you put him on Bass Player magazine, you'd be like, "Oh, who's this guy?"
Right.
You'd think he was like maybe not a no name, but yet he's co-founder of E Street Band.
Right.
You didn't know that.
Probably a beast of a bass player too.
He is.
Right.
And his last name fits perfect.
But see, if I see Bass Player magazine and I see someone on the cover, because of their reputation, I automatically know that that's a great bass player right there.
Yeah.
Guitar World, I mean, look, from my perspective as a fan, if I'm looking at a Guitar World and the guitarist from Arctic Monkeys is on the cover. Now, I happen to love Arctic Monkeys, but his playing is more, for me, he's part of the band. Like, it's hard to explain how I look at music. It's just my own personal view. Like, a guitarist within a rock band is part of that band. Not to contradict myself, the guitarist in a like Dream Theater, for instance, as a guitarist, I'm first going to be drawn to Petrucci as a guitar fan. With a band like Arctic Monkeys, I'm not drawn to their guitar play. I'm drawn to their songs and the singer I happen to like a lot too in Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah, I'll give you that credit.
So
you're not
that's
always
what
a
I'm
guitar
trying
snob.
to explain, right? I'm not trying. So if I see the guitarist of Arctic Monkeys on the cover, I'm not going to run out and buy that magazine because I'm not that interested in. I'm more interested in what he has to say about songwriting, but not playing the guitar per se. Does that make I don't know if that makes much sense. But when I want to see guitarists on the cover of, I'm talking about newer players. Even if like the guy from Greta Van Fleet was on the cover. You know, I don't know if they've made it. They may have, because I don't have a subscription anymore to Guitar World, but hopefully they've been on the cover. You know,
that's a
unless
good
Guitar
segue.
World doesn't want to promote them because so many people have a bone to pick with their sound and everything. I don't get either.
So explain it. Their sound, why? Because they sound like Led Zeppelin?
It seems to be, if you're not a fan, if you don't like Greta Van Fleet, it seems to be that you hate them. So there's a very love-hate with them. I've read some really good.
So is it the newer crowd likes them and the older crowd doesn't?
I don't know if even the newer crowd likes them. I'm not really sure.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. They played at the Starland Ballroom. I don't know what, 6 months ago, 8 months ago, whatever it was, over the summer.
Last May it was, I think.
Was it last May?
Or June? Yeah, it was.
Okay, so
believe it or not.
Okay, so let's just say between 8 and 11 months ago. It sold out in minutes. In minutes. I knew a couple people in Sayreville that knew a couple people, and they were able to get tickets.
Right.
But otherwise, they were not getting tickets. Sold out in minutes, and I don't know. It wasn't a lot of minutes either.
Knowing Starland oversold.
It's a great venue, though.
I love it.
I saw Lita Ford there. I don't know if I mentioned that to you.
Seen plenty of artists there. It's great.
It's the old Hunka-Bunka. I was at Hunka-Bunka years ago, but I like the venue now. It's wide open. Just bring earplugs. It's a loud sound system.
Yeah. I don't even know the last show I saw there. I'm not even sure. It's been so many shows I've seen. I think Meshuggah and Gojira. No, maybe Meshuggah was the last show I went to, And then prior to that was Gojira and Mastodon together, which was outstanding.
Getting back to Greta Van Fleet, though, I have no problem with their sound today. I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan. I don't think that I think it's kind of brassy to say, hey, let's go out and sound like Led Zeppelin. I think the lead singer happens to sound like Robert Plant.
I don't know if he's a dead ringer, though. I think he has his own little snarl to his voice.
He does, but in certain songs he does sound like them. And in certain songs they sound like them. But I don't think they're doing it on purpose. I think that's their sound. I don't have a problem with it.
I happen to think they're great.
I do.
And I love everything they've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
And the newest record was fantastic. They write great songs. And any critics or other artists that badmouth them, I just don't understand. I just don't get it. They sound like Zeppelin. Okay, so what?
Yeah, so move on. So how many other bands are out there that have a similar sound? Isn't that the whole trickle-down effect of music?
Also, that's the whole point of it.
I mean, don't you have
influence too?
I was going to say, don't you have influences? Okay, actors. Maybe somebody, a new guy wants to be and act like Robert De Niro or Al Pacino.
Right.
They take a little bit of the best of everybody and they create their own version.
Right.
So I have no problem with.
I guess for the Zeppelin purists out there, they
move on then.
Maybe they're.
I don't mean you
close.
move on.
No, yeah. I know. Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying. I just. It just goes to show you how differently music is perceived and looked at nowadays. Because I feel like if they would have come out in the '90s, when the industry was different, they would have been pushed harder. They wouldn't have been ridiculed as much, I don't believe. It's a tough call.
You know what? I guess it is. And, the subject is moot on that one. I'd like to get some feedback from people on why they think Greta Van Fleet is, if they're not fans of, or they're mad at them, or whatever the case may be.
Or either way, yeah, and whatever side that anyone plays on how they feel about Greta Van Fleet. Right, and let us know what you think.
I don't have an issue with it. I welcome it. I look for new sound. I'm kind of tired of listening to the old stuff and the same stuff that I'm listening to.
Well, people may argue with you and say it's not a new sound. That's the point. But that's the point of criticism.
But it's not 100% Led Zeppelin.
I agree. Yeah, if anyone has anything to say about Greta Van Fleet, I mean, obviously, good or bad, let us know.
Yeah.
Please.
It'll be interesting. Anybody who I've spoken to, always, especially around here, they like them.
Right.
They like them a lot. And I was a little disappointed they didn't get a Grammy. I was rooting for him.
Who ended up winning?
I don't know. The Grammys I thought were good. The Grammys were pretty. Look, the Grammys are not, I don't think, what they used to be. Maybe there's a lot of music on there that I don't listen to. There's a lot of stuff that I don't want to get, caught up on.
The Grammys is a lot like pop radio. They have to play to who's going to actually care and watch the show.
I record it so I could fast forward.
Right.
And that's what I do. But I think Brandi Carlile, to me, was the highlight. I think that was her. I feel like Brandi Carlile is like the country singer. She was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't even tell you how many times I rewound that. She plays acoustic guitar and she sings.
Country music is
let me see.
It's really like the new pop. It's really become bigger than I ever expected, as far as on that kind of scale. Even like here like within New York and New Jersey states, 15 years ago you couldn't see too many country artists rolling through here. Especially like paying PNC and whatnot. Now they have country packages through PNC. So good for country.
Yeah,
it's better than a lot of the garbage that's on the radio.
I get confused sometimes. I had trouble remembering her name, but Brandi Carlile. I watched that over and over again. It was phenomenal.
Sometimes some modern artists will blow you away, and especially if you don't expect it or you don't know. Yeah.
The Grammys were okay though, for the most part. It was watchable, but I don't know if I could sit through it without recording it. It's just.
Yeah, I don't even give it a second.
Well, it was just something for me to watch.
Yeah.
With the family, so.
I'd rather watch a blank screen.
The Yule log.
Of course, I'd rather watch the Yule log than the Grammys, especially the Channel 11 Yule log.
Let's hear your artist of the podcast.
My artist of the podcast. It's that time already, huh?
You're a windbag. You kept going on about guitar players again.
Well,
I think I may have said, did I say guitar player in the beginning? But it was Guitar World magazine, so I don't know what I said. But You cleared
Guitar
it up.
world.
Yeah, but I don't know what I said, though.
Well, even guitar player, too. But guitar player has always been, kind of geared towards a little bit of a different group of people. For sure. So my artist of the podcast this month is an artist that I'm going to gush over a little bit. And I've been listening to him for some time.
Yeah, you're going to gush.
Yeah,
you
well,
gush over everybody.
Well, yeah.
Anybody with a 6-string in their hand or a 7.
But here's the thing. That's the difference here. This is not technically a guitar player. This is a singer-songwriter. And he's probably considered more blues, funk, soul type. Not funk, more soul. His name is Shawn James. Shawn James. Anyone out there who likes anything remotely close to bluesier, soulful singers and songwriters, you have to stop what you're doing right now and check this guy out. He's been around for a while. He has a bunch of records out. Pause. Stop, everybody.
Stop. Listen.
Find this guy right now. YouTube him.
I did when you told me, Dom, what are you doing right now? Listen to this. And I did.
That one particular song is
1 and 2? Was that 1 and 2?
Yeah. So Love Will Find a Way is just so outstanding. And I stumbled upon him probably about a year ago on YouTube. I don't even remember how. And his voice blew me away from the get-go.
His voice resonates. It's tremendous.
His new album, The Dark and the Light, is worth every dollar. And if you just stream it or whatever, he's on Bandcamp, Facebook. He's amazing. His voice is truly special.
I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you.
Yeah, I broke out of the box a little bit. But it's just, every once in a while, a singer-songwriter will take me by my throat and say, hey, listen to what I have to offer. And I think he's special. And I think I'll say it over and over again. 20 years ago, this guy's gigantic. Even now, I don't understand why he's not. Because he could be like a male Adele, but I guess his music is a little darker, too dark for like pop radio, probably.
Definitely.
So, if you're into,
how do you spell his name? Did you spell it?
Yeah, SHAWN, James, JAMES. iTunes, Amazon, Bandcamp, YouTube him. Find this guy. Phenomenal singer.
He was on Apple Music. That's how I listened to him. Apple
yeah,
Music.
you can find him in it.
Yeah.
His stuff is everywhere. And the new album that just came out just a few weeks ago is called The Dark and the Light, and it's.
Is that the one with the first and
Love
second?
Will Find Out. Yeah. But for me, who was a fan, every song was great. But that song, for some reason, just stood out. That song should be on the radio. But that's my artist of the podcast, and it wasn't a guitar player or a prog band.
I feel like we should write this date and time down.
I could go on about him, but I won't. Just look him up. I don't even need to.
No, you don't have to.
Just throw his name out.
You threw his name out. I listened and I agreed.
Yep.
So anyway, time to wrap this up. We want to hear from you. So write in your opinion, comments, or topics you want us to talk about to the subjectismoot@yahoo.com, and we'll bring them up on future shows. Follow us on Twitter at TSIM_podcast, as well as Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. In the search bar, just type in The Subject Is Moot or Dom Mike, and you'll find us. For now, I am Dom, and across from me is
Mike, and we are out.